The group text arrived during my morning coffee. I watched as the family chat exploded with enthusiasm about their peaceful Easter plans. Mom, this year's Easter brunch will be immediate family only at the country club. We need a calm, peaceful celebration. Dad, perfect idea, no extra stress. Sister Kate, finally, just us, brother James. About time. No drama this year. I sipped my coffee and opened my laptop, pulling up the Oakwood Country Club's membership records. For 8 years, I'd been secretly paying their $45,000 annual family membership dues through my investment company. They believed Dad's business partner covered it as part of some ancient favor. That business partner was actually my holding company, which had acquired majority ownership of the club 5 years ago during a quiet restructuring. The same company that approved their membership application when they'd been on the waiting list. I typed a quick email to the club president. Please schedule the annual membership review for Easter Sunday, 11 a.m. sharp. All documentation required. My phone buzzed again with more family messages. Mom, I've already reserved the main dining room. It'll be so elegant without any complications. By complications, she meant my habit of bringing holiday gifts for the staff's children, setting up elaborate Easter egg hunts in the club's garden, and arranging professional family photos on the grand staircase. Hate. Remember last year when she insisted on giving Easter baskets to everyone? So over the top, those custom Easter baskets had cost $200 each, filled with imported chocolates and handcrafted items. I'd ordered them from a boutique in Paris, carefully selecting items for each family member. James. And those ridiculous flower arrangements she brings. The ridiculous arrangements were designed by the city's top florist, costing thousands. They always mysteriously appeared early Easter morning, credited to the club's holiday decorating service. Mom texted privately, "You can still drop off those deviled eggs you make. Everyone likes those at least." I didn't respond. Instead, I reviewed the club's membership requirements. Annual dues, maintenance fees, minimum spending requirements, all quietly covered by my company for years. Another group message from Dad: "We'll start a new tradition. A proper country club Easter." I smiled, remembering how they'd struggled to get into the club initially. The 5-year waiting list had mysteriously shortened when my company acquired it. Their application had been surprisingly approved within weeks. Hate. Mom, can we sit by the window? You know, where they always put those fancy flowers. James. And make sure we get the good champagne this year. The window seating they loved? I'd renovated that entire section when my company took over. The good champagne was a special import I'd arranged for the club's wine list. My phone rang. Mom calling. I let it go to voicemail. "Just checking if you got our message about Easter," she said. "You understand, right? We need a nice normal holiday. You can leave the deviled eggs with the front desk on Saturday. No need to make a fuss." I opened my calendar and marked Easter Sunday. Then I emailed the club's financial department requesting a complete audit of the membership account, including all covered fees and special arrangements for the past 8 years. Tom, finally an Easter where we can just relax and enjoy. They had no idea how much work went into making their country club experience appear effortless. The specially reserved parking spaces, the staff who knew their preferences, the complimentary upgrades, all arranged through my quiet influence as the majority owner. The club president replied to my email. "Membership review scheduled for Easter Sunday, 11 a.m. All documentation will be prepared regarding the sponsorship situation. Ensure everything is fully documented." I replied, particularly the source of their membership dues for the past 8 years. Another private text from Mom. "Since you're not coming, can we use your regular table by the window? The one they always seem to save." The table that was permanently reserved under my company's name, though they'd never noticed. "Not available," I texted back. More excited messages filled the family chat. Plans for mimosas and eggs Benedict. Discussions of their exclusive celebration. Mom bragging to her friends about their private club Easter. I closed my laptop and smiled. Easter Sunday would be interesting this year. Sometimes exclusivity comes with unexpected membership requirements. The week before Easter brought increasingly confused messages in the family chat. "Mom, the club says our usual table isn't available, and they can't find our flower arrangement order. Has anyone's membership card been working properly?" I watched silently as their exclusive holiday plans began to unravel. Their membership cards had mysteriously started declining for certain privileges. The premium wine list, the private dining room, the spa services, all the extras I'd quietly arranged over the years. The club president forwarded me their panicked emails. There must be some confusion about our membership status. We've been members for 8 years. Please clarify the recent service restrictions. I archived the email without responding. The family chat shifted from excited to concerned. Dad, anyone else having trouble making reservations? Kate, my spa appointment was canceled. James, the golf pro says I'm not on the preferred tea time list anymore. Mom, why are they asking about our membership dues? I'd always handled their membership benefits through my company. The preferred tea times, the automatic spa access, the special reservations, all quietly managed without their knowledge. 3 days before Easter, the panic escalated. Mom called repeatedly. The dining room says we need to confirm our sponsorship. Something about membership review. Why are they asking for payment documentation? Did you hear anything about changes at the club? Dad sent a private text. Having some issues with the club. You're good with paperwork. Any advice? I replied with a link to the club's basic membership rules and requirements. The day before Easter, their anxiety peaked. Mom, they can't find our flower order. Kate, my guest passes aren't working. James, the wine locker says it's not under our name. Dad, something's wrong with our account. The special flowers I'd always secretly ordered. The guest privileges I'd arranged. The wine locker I'd maintained under my company's name. All the invisible touches that had made their club experience so exclusive. Mom's texts grew desperate. Can you call the club manager? He always liked you. Maybe bring those deviled eggs anyway. We might need help sorting out this membership confusion. Everything's so disorganized suddenly. I turned off notifications and reviewed the membership audit report. 8 years of dues, fees and special arrangements, all traced back to my company. The audit would be presented during tomorrow's review. Easter morning, my phone exploded. Mom, they're asking for proof of membership payment. Dad, our reservation is under review. Kate, the valet says our parking spot isn't reserved. James, what's happening with our account? The carefully maintained illusion of their elite country club status was unraveling. Every privilege and perk I'd quietly provided was being questioned. At 10 a.m., Mom called in tears. Everything's wrong. They're asking about some business partner sponsorship. Our table isn't ready, and the manager keeps mentioning a membership review. Maybe you could come help. You're good with these things. We'd still have our peaceful brunch. But, sorry, I replied. Enjoy your exclusive celebration. I spent my Easter morning reviewing the membership audit documents. The 11 a.m. review would reveal exactly who had been maintaining their elite status all these years. At 10:45, the family chat erupted. Mom, why is the club president asking to meet us? Dad, something about ownership changes. Kate, our membership is suspended. James, what's happening at 11? I smiled and gathered my paperwork. Sometimes exclusivity reveals exactly who's been pulling the strings. At exactly 11 a.m. on Easter Sunday, I walked into the Oakwood Country Club's main conference room. The club president and board members were already seated. My family sat opposite them, their Easter brunch finery contrasting with their worried faces. Thank you for joining us, the club president began. We're here to discuss the Johnson family membership status and sponsorship. He paused, looking at me. Our majority owner is present for this review. Mom's face shifted from confusion to disbelief. Majority owner? Yes, I said, taking my seat at the head of the table. Through my investment firm. For the past 5 years, the silence was thick enough to cut. Dad's mimosa glass froze halfway to his mouth. That's impossible, Kate stammered. All documentation is present, the club president stated, distributing folders, including 8 years of membership dues payments, special arrangements and facility improvements authorized by the owner. My family stared at the papers showing years of $45,000 annual dues payments from my company. The business partner who sponsored us, Dad began, was my holding company. I finished. The same one that approved your membership application when you were 847th on the waiting list. James flipped through the documents, face paling at the numbers. The wine locker, mine, I said. The flower arrangements, my standing order. The preferred parking, my authorization. The special table, reserved under my company's name. Mom's hands trembled as she read the audit report. But, all these years, yes, I said calmly. While you enjoyed your exclusive membership, I was signing the checks, including the $3 million renovation of the East Wing you love so much. The club president cleared his throat. According to our records, your membership was contingent on continued sponsorship. Given recent developments, we need to address your status. You can't just cancel our membership, Kate protested. We're part of this club. Actually, I said, you're beneficiaries of my membership privileges. Privileges that can be revoked. Why didn't you tell us? Mom whispered. Would it have mattered? I replied. Would you have wanted your complicated daughter's help? The one who makes holidays too elaborate. The one you needed space from. My siblings stared at their untouched mimosas. Dad looked years older. The board requires a decision regarding their membership status, the club president prompted. I opened my folder. I'm exercising my right as majority owner to review all sponsored memberships. Their status is hereby suspended, pending full payment of annual dues and fees. But that's $45,000. James protested, plus the wine locker fees, spa privileges and minimum spending requirements. I added, approximately $87,000 annually, due immediately for continued membership. Mom started crying softly. We can't afford that. You could have discussed finances during your peaceful Easter brunch, I said, standing. The one you were so excited to have without me. I turned to the club president. Please ensure all membership privileges are suspended immediately. They can settle their outstanding breakfast bill at the front desk. You're ruining Easter, Kate said accusingly. No, I corrected. I'm giving you exactly what you asked for. Space from my complicated involvement in your lives, including my financial involvement. I reached the door, then turned back. By the way, those deviled eggs everyone loves. The recipe isn't from grandmother. It's mine. I developed it in culinary school. The one you said was a waste of time. I left them sitting in the conference room of my club, the club they'd bragged about belonging to, never knowing who really held the keys to their exclusive lifestyle. My phone buzzed with the final audit report. 8 years of membership dues, thousands in special arrangements, countless pulled strings to maintain their status. Mom's text arrived minutes later. We had no idea. Can we please talk? I didn't respond. Sometimes exclusive membership comes with hard lessons about who really belongs, and who's just been given a free pass. They wanted space from my involvement. They got exactly what they asked for, along with all the financial responsibilities they'd never had to consider. I smiled and checked my calendar for Mother's Day. I wondered how they'd handle that celebration when they realized I also owned their favorite upscale restaurant downtown. Sometimes the price of peace and space is learning exactly what you've taken for granted.